bit headless, so I'm going to adjust this the tiniest bit, just since we'll be standing at the beginning. Good morning. That's me pretending that I'm just starting. Okay, so let's just take a moment, maybe drape your band around your neck, feet in parallel, abs in, tailbone long, shoulders roll up, back, and down. We're going to grab that band. And just a quick reminder, when we're using the bands, try not to cock your wrist. We have a tendency to do that. Whenever possible, just hold it between your thumb and your index finger so you're not gripping, so that by the end of class, you don't have cramps in your hands. All right, and I'm turning sideways. We're going to pull those ribs down. We're going to bring those arms right out in front of us. And all we're going to do to start with is open, right? So just an opening. And you should feel, however, that you are working those posture muscles right through your shoulder blade area, right? So as you open up, you're also pulling those shoulder blades toward each other. They're rotating across your back like that. And for now, we're using straight arms, and we're just keeping in mind that as we do this, we're trying not to move through the body. We're trying to keep those ribs pulled down, back of the neck long, 2 more like that. And then we're going to stay wide with our elbows, or excuse me, our arms straight and wide. And then from there, we're going to pull back with our elbows. And if it comes across your chest, that's no big deal. If that bugs you, you can tighten your grip a little bit, bring your hands a little closer. And as I'm doing this, I'm also going to pull back and down a little bit so that those shoulder blades settle down rather than up here. And that's just another reminder of where our shoulder blades want to be during class. Last 2 and last 1. Relax that. If we succeeded, those muscles should actually be a little bit achy breaky already. Okay, so now we're gonna step on that band with your right foot. I'm still in Oklahoma. Step on it with your right foot and grab the tails with your right hand. Step out with your left leg, kind of a little bit of a lunge here. And all we're going to do to start with is just lift that right leg up. You might not feel much going on yet. So then I want you to bring, as you come up, or actually even before you come up, I want you to bring that right arm down nice and straight. Remember those shoulder muscles. And then as you lift up, just stabilize with that right hand. And as you lift that leg, pull those abs in so you're not drooping through your core. Good morning. Glad you could join us. And then if you want, you can add a forward lift with that arm. It might not be able to go very far. You'll feel some work now in the front of the shoulder. And then we're going to hold it. We're going to bring the arm down. We're going to extend that leg, and we're going to press both for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, stand that up. Shake it out. Everybody's in a naughty mood today. Okay. We're going to step on that band now because she was playing with the blind. Okay. I wasn't trying to make some weird comment. All right, left foot. Holding on to that, stepping out with that right leg, and we'll just start with that little lift, a couple of these. Then when you're ready, bring that arm forward and down and just holding it in line, keeping those shoulders squeezed back. And then if and when you're ready, you also bring that arm a little bit ahead of you. Abs in. So when I lift that leg, my abs might have a tendency to pull or to drop down. So keep that awareness. Maybe even every time you lift the leg, exhale and pull in. Couple more. And then hold it up, hold, and pulse for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring that down and shake that out. All right, let's give you a different toy. Here you go. Okay, we are headed down to the ground now. And as we sit down, we're going to make sure that feet are in parallel along with knees. As always, squeeze together or hip distance apart, whichever is more comfortable for you. And then we're going to fold the band in half. Palms are up. And we're going to bring that behind us. Shoulders back and down. And now before we do any ab work, we're going to do one more time a little rowing motion. Palms up and just squeezing those shoulder blades together. But notice that you're going to want to do that with your body. So I want you to do your best. Keep the ribs down, even though you're pulling back. Just a few more here. Good. And then pull back and lower yourself back just a little bit, a little hinge here. Then pull the belly button in as deeply as you can. I want you to feel that belly button stapled to your spine and then pull yourself up. So you have the assistance of that band. As Nancy said, it makes life easier, but because of that, I really want a big focus on the belly button. So hinge back, pull that belly button in, and then use both the abs and the biceps as you come up. Because we're still warming up, so you don't have to do total 100% with the abs here. Use the benefit of that band to really feel how it's supposed to feel when you do that roll up position. Couple more here. Good, just a few more. You guys keep going. I need to protect my cat from choking herself. I know. Very annoying. Very annoying. All right, two more. And then this time, hinge back. And you're going to mosey your way down, taking a lot of time to roll down a vertebra at a time. And then just bring those knees in using that band to get a nice stretch in your low back. All right, just rocking those knees side to side, curled in, taking a nice little break for that spine for a moment here. Beautiful. And then we'll put the feet on the ground and we'll bring those arms right above us. And we still have that band folded in half. And we're just holding again between those, the thumb and the index finger. And then all I want you to do, we're going to lift the shoulder blades off the ground. We're going to press them into the ground and bring the hands maybe a quarter of an inch apart. So lift, exhale, pull back and down. Lift, exhale, pull back and down. The first few, you can let the ribs pop up and just see how that's what the body wants to do. And then I want you to eliminate that pop up, but still squeeze the shoulders back and down without popping the ribs. So a little more challenging. We have to kind of go against what the body wants to do. Silly body. Last two and last one, shoulders back and down. Deep breath in. Exhale, float the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. Reach the arms overhead and stretch apart, shoulders out of your ears, ribs flat. Exhale, bring it down. We're going to do just a few of these because we're going to hold each one. Deep breath in, exhale, lift. Inhale, reach the arms over your head, stretch and reach. Holding here, back of the neck is long. And exhale down. Again, deep breath in, exhale, lift. Inhale, stretch and reach. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Press out, out, out. Exhale down. Two more. Lift on the exhale. Inhale, stretch and reach. Press it out. Abs drawn in. And last time, we're going to roll it down. Exhale, lift it up. Inhale, stretch and reach. This is pitiful. Holding here. Back of the neck is long. Listen up. All you're going to do is bend the elbows, bring that band behind your head, whoo, and lift the elbows to the sky. And that should suddenly just give the back of the neck a really nice bit of support. Then you're going to stack those legs tabletop. Deep breath in, Exhale, pull the belly button in. See if you can float yourself a little higher since we have the advantage again of the band. And then extend the legs. Open the legs as you open your arms, sort of a double leg stretch. Exhale back to center. Bend the knees, an option to either tap the knees or give yourself that support in between. So again, we're slowing it down a little bit. Inhale, open or reach, open. Exhale, hold, back through center. Option to support the head or tap the knees with the band. So we're going to inhale, open. Exhale, open those legs. Inhale back to center. Exhale, hold here. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open. Back through center. Support the head or tap the knees. And again, inhale, open. Exhale, stretch. Back through center. And just keep that going for me. And if you've just kind of had it with the neck, you can certainly do this with the head down. There's still a lot going on. Last two. Good. On this last one, you're going to open up, pull those ribs and abs flat. And we're going to pulse open, 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 open. And now just band across your shins. Put that in, back of the neck is long. Left foot on the ground, band across the front of your right thigh. Hands are reaching towards your right ankle. Deep breath in, exhale, float the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground and reach the arms without letting the shoulders roll up. Reach the arms long. Then extend that left leg out and making sure you have adequate tension on that right thigh. We're going to reach through the left toes. We're going to bring the right knee toward us. We're going to stretch our arms away. So it's a small pulse. We're going to reach and stretch. Now, some people find this is just a lot on their low back. And if that's the case, all you're going to do is reverse that band. So you're going to pull in and reach, pull in and reach, pull in and reach. So that's one option. Or as I said, original option, press and reach, press and reach. Head down if you need it. And relax, hug those knees, right foot on the ground, band across the front of the left thigh, deep breath in, exhale, lift up, press against the thigh, reach the hands long, shoulders out of your ears, right leg extends, and it's a little pulsing movement, and pulse. And again, stick with the pulse while you push against the thigh, or if that was a lot on the low back, you'll stick with the same idea, but you're pulling in and pressing away. So I'm not actually pulling my thigh in, I press my thigh against that band. Good, a few more of whichever version you're doing. And then we're gonna relax and hug those knees in, take a little rock. We're gonna stretch the legs out, we're gonna reach the arms overhead, we're gonna let that low back lift off the ground for a moment. All right, bend that left knee. We're going to lasso the right foot, so probably across the back of the right arch. If you have a rolling band, you probably want to crisscross it over the top of the foot first. And then you can use that right arm. That right arm is going to, get to move around a little bit. Flex those toes back so you get a big stretch on your hamstring, and then pull that leg a little closer. And notice if your tailbone rolled up, see if you can put the tailbone down, but keep the stretch in your leg. And then when you're ready, point the toes and we go into leg circles. Start small so that you have a lot of control and you know that you're keeping those hips stable. And the reason I had you press those hips down rather than curl them up was so that you can feel the difference here. As you do this, you can feel that hip staying down. Inhale to start your circle, exhale to finish your circle, and make sure you reverse every time. If you have the flexibility to straighten the left leg and put it on the ground, please feel free to do so. And then continue your leg circles. You may be able to get them a little bit bigger. Just two more. Beautiful. Leave the band in your right hand. Bring that leg over towards the left until it's about to drop over, and then pull back so that the hip comes back on the ground. And then we're going to push the elbow the other way and the leg across. Elbow one way, leg across. Elbow one way, leg across. What it's not is a drop, right? So keep that right hip on the ground. As you reach and pulse, you're going to feel this on the back of that right shoulder area again, as well as that outer leg. Just two more. It's just a little playtime. And bend that right knee, put the foot on the ground, and take that band across the bottom of the left foot. And we'll extend that leg up. And again, we're going to flex through the heel, get a nice stretch. And then if that tailbone curled up a little bit, which mine did, put the tailbone back down and then bring that leg and feel the stretch. Then we'll extend, we'll point those toes. And you start your circles, inhaling to start a circle, exhaling to finish it, keeping stability in those hips so you feel that hip bone staying on the ground. You're welcome to straighten out that right leg and flex through the heel. You can see if you can make your circle bigger, but still keep control. All right, and then we're going to come back to center. We're going to bring that left elbow over to the left. We're going to bring the leg slightly to the right, but not so much that I roll off that hip, right? And then once I'm there, I'm going to do that same motion where I push through the foot, but pull through the shoulder. Push through the foot, but pull through the shoulder. So both at the same time. Again, working posture, a little bit of leg, and relax. We'll bend that left knee. We're going to leave the band folded in half. You're going to grab the ends with one hand, and then the other hand is going to go where that fold is. And then we'll bring that across the hips and put our hands on the ground, shoulders back and down. Try and get all 10 fingers on the ground. Your wrist as close as possible, your forearm, your elbow, your triceps, and then broaden those shoulders. Matter of fact, let's just do a couple of those lifts and lowers. Nod your head yes. And then we're going to lift up against that band, but keep the hands on the ground. And then lower the hips, and I want you to go up 2, 3, 4 inches, come down 1, 2 inches, up 4, 3, 2, 1, come down 2. Up 4, so in other words, you're getting higher every time if possible. Press, 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 down a little bit, press up, 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 down a little bit, keep the ribs and the abs in if you can. And then we'll take a quick break. All right, keep everything where it is though. Stretch your right leg out on the ground. Lift up against that band and then bring that right leg even with your left hip and then press up and press up. So now you should feel this even more in that left glute and hamstring. And bend that right knee. Left leg lifts up, out, even with the right leg, and we press up. And come down. All right, let's take a break for those arms. So just bring them out in a T position. You can let the ribs pop up for a moment. Turn your palms to the sky, nod yes, and then exhale, pull those ribs down. And then legs rock side to side. And then arms up overhead. And now we're going to reach down. We're going to bring that band across our ankles. Forehead towards your knees. We're going to roll like a ball. Two more. And bring that up. Extend those legs out. Lift your hips up. Push them back so you have that tall spine. And then band out in front of you, but take the fold out of it for now. Flex through those feet. We're going to do a spine stretch, but I want you to start with your arms up by your ears, even if those ribs are popped up right now. Now, I noticed a trick yesterday in my class when I tell people that they can't see their arms, in other words, don't have your arms in front of you, they just drop their head. Which does, again, the exact opposite of what I'm looking for. So I don't want the arms in front of you because you rolled, but I also don't want you to bring your arms up, but then lower your head, because either one will round, that's fine. All right, so here we go, arms extended. And if that's not happening, bend your elbows a little bit. Okay, and then we hinge. But as we hinge, I want you to press out on that band, and you should be getting a nice spine stretch. If you're rounded, you're going to kind of miss out a little bit. So extend through those fingers. Hips stay down, back of the neck is long, reach, 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 press out, 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 and then bring that up. Whoo, doggy. All right, so now we're gonna put the band across the bottom of the feet. For extra safety, you can always bring the band around the tops of the feet and then around the arches. So if you can see how I loop-de-loop-de that, that's just a little safer. And then we're going to find ourselves in a balanced position. And then we're going to extend those legs. And because we have the band, we can hold here in our open leg balanced position. Press out on the bands, lift up with the hands, and my legs don't drop because my arms hold them up. Bring your head in line with your spine. Now, you are welcome to simply stay in the balance pose, but if you want to do open leg rocker, keep in mind that you may have to choke up on the band a little bit, and you don't want to roll onto your head. But stick that balance when you get to the top. Exhale to roll. Inhale, press out on the legs, lift up on the arms. Exhale to roll. Inhale to lift and press and extend. And just two more. And on this last one, we'll stick that balance. We'll hold here. Then we're going to bend our knees, put the feet on the ground, and we're still holding that band. We're going to do a couple of rows. And then we'll pull back with that rowing motion. Sit tall through your spine. Get as flat as you can through your tailbone or sit bones, and then give it that hinge forward again. And release that. Woo. Okay. Undo that little tangle there. So keep in mind that that was rocking, right? Like a seesaw rocks. Because when we come back, you guys probably know where we're headed. It'll be the opposite. All right. But in the meanwhile, let's take that band and you're going to bring it around your legs. I'm going to come through holding the fold with one hand and then the tail with the other. And the tail is on my lower legs. And then I'm going to lie down sideways. So as you knuckle down, so I'll just remind you, so I have the fold in my top hand and the tail is underneath me. And then I reach down and I grab that tail. Now, if you have a really loose band, grab that tail and make it long. Okay. Lift that waistline off the ground, stack your knees, stack your hips. And we'll start with the first version of clam series or star series, I've heard it called, where your knee and your ankle lift at the same time. Hand has to stay on the, knuckles have to stay on the ground, right? I don't get to lift my arm as I lift that band. And then put the feet together, keep the legs open and push farther open and more and more. Good. Now, knees come together, legs lift up in the air, lift that waistline, open the legs, and then from there, lift more and more. And relax. Oh. All right, hopefully we felt all of that in that outer hip. Okay, so we're going to go to the other side, but again, it works out a little bit better if you flip your band around so that when you come down, you're holding the fold with your top hand, and then you grab the ends of the band with that hand. Knuckle down, right? So knuckles are on the ground, waistline is lifted, knees and hips and feet are stacked, and we push open nice and even. Good. And then we bring the heels together, we open the knees apart, and then we push farther open. And then knees together, lift the heels up in the air, press open, and again, push more. And relax. All right, we are rolling over onto our abs. You can unfold that band, so just single band for now, and put it out in front of you. All right, as we lie down, we're going to extend one leg at a time, toenails on the ground, abs draw in, kneecaps lift, and then with your hands holding onto that band, deep breath in, just press yourself up, shoulders out of your ears. Then when you're ready, lift those legs. And if you want to, lift those arms, flying Superman. Reaching, 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 flying, flying, flying for 4, 3, back of the neck is long, 2 and 1. Exhale, come down, turn your ear to one side, your head to one side. Deep breath in, come back to center. Exhale, belly button comes in, legs lift, torso lifts, arms lift if you can. Press out on that band, reaching, reaching, holding, flying Superman. And relax down, maybe go to the other side with your ear, head. And then back through center again. Pull the belly button in, lift the kneecaps, lift the legs, lift the arms, lift the torso. Press out on the band. And relax, and we will press back in our shell stretch, resting position. All right, we're going to try a little toe exercise. I don't know if this is going to work out or not. What I want you to do is take one end of the band and put it between your right big toe and your second toe so that you can actually hold it there. And I hope that no one gets foot cramps. And as I said, I didn't practice it at home first, so we'll see. Then bring that band across your body into your left hand. Okay, so my right toes are holding it and my left hand. You know, you could even flip that grip so that the tail presses down towards the ground, but up to you guys. Anyway, and then just kind of come into a squared off position, but have that leg up in the air for a second. Round cat, inhale cow, and then play neutral by pulling your abs in, pulling your belly button. Stretch that right leg, and then stretch that left arm over your head. So we're in that beautiful bird dog position. If you want to add on, lift and lower your leg and your arm. So there's not a ton of tension, but if you want to, you can choke up and create a little more tension. so long as that doesn't cramp your foot. So we're working that right glute and that right low back, a little bit subtly, working that left shoulder, abs in. And release. All right, see if you can, hopefully that worked out for you guys. Gripping that toe. All right, now the band goes between the left big toe and the second toe. And cross your back into your right hand. We come down and do a nice little cat and a cow, and then find neutral, and then straighten out that left leg and extend. See if you can bring your right arm up at the same time and hold in bird dog if you need to. Grab more tension, create a longer tail, and then option to stay there or tap and lift. And release, shake that out, maybe let those hips rock a little bit side to side. And then let's bring our hands over to the right and come forward in a cow and roll back in a cat. And then we'll come through center, walk our hands to the left, hips to the right, come forward cow, roll back cat. Nice. All right. We're going to sit up tall. We're going to bring our feet together, pull those glutes out from under us. And again, we're going to fold our band in half and bring that right in front of us. Shoulders back and down. So maybe a couple retractions, remind yourself. Scoop those abs up and in, ribs down. Keep the big toes together, twist to the right, twist a little farther, twist a little farther, come back through center. To the left, we go shh, shh, shh. As you come back through center, check the big toes are still together. To the right, shh, shh, shh. To the left, shh, shh, shh. Inhale, center to the right, shh, shh, shh. Inhale, center to the left, shh, shh, shh. Again, shh, shh. And relax. We're going to do just a nice forward slumpy fold like a ragdoll position. As you do that, I want you to bend your knees and reach around. Take your wrists on top of your toes with both hands, because I want you to pull those toes back. We worked those little toes a minute ago, and then I want you to push the toes against your hand. So this is more of just foot mobility, ankle mobility than it is a stretch, although you might feel a nice stretch between your shoulder blades. All right, as you sit up, let's lasso the bottom of your feet, straighten those legs out, and then, well, however, actually, put them in one hand and come on down. And then extend those legs straight above you, please. All right, we're going to turn our toes in slightly and then extend out on those bands so you feel some tension in your outer hips. Shoulders roll back and down. Put your elbows on the ground. Notice if the shoulders lifted, let's press those down and then pull those ribs in. Press out on the band and lower those legs forward, pressing out, pressing out, pressing out, and then exhale, lift up. So double leg lower. If that's a lot of tension on your back, you can do this as a toe touch. So knees are bent and then you lift up. But if you're okay with straight legs, that's awesome. So it's an inhale to lower those legs forward with the heels turned out and the toes turned in. Inhale back up. Notice if your chin is tipping up towards the sky, do your best, keep it tucked. Push out on those bands. Four more like that. Very nice. Bend the knees, put the feet flat on the ground. Grab hold of those bands. Actually, you know what? Straighten out those legs. There we go. Deep breath in. Exhale, rolling up a vertebra at a time, using your biceps as much as you need to. And sit tall. Exhale with control, lower down. You're pushing out on the bands with the legs, that's fine. So lifting and lowering through those roll-ups, exhaling through the movement. Inhale at the top, sit tall. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale at the bottom. And then next time you come down, I want you to lift those legs back up to where they were a minute ago. But I want you to choke up a lot on the band so that your hands are very close to your feet and you have very long tails. Deep breath in. On the exhale, I'm going to ask you to do your best. Your legs can go a little forward, but I don't want them to come down. I want you to come at about a 45-degree angle, no more, and then lift yourself up to your legs. So the shorter the shorter the distance between my hands and my feet, the easier this is going to be to do. So I'm going to lift myself, use my arms, bring myself up to my legs, and then I'm going to slide down, and then I'm going to come back. And then the next time you're up, you get to stay. This time, lower your legs a little bit and then lift them up, but try to do that without rocking back in your torso. So try and keep your torso where it is, but legs lift and lower. And then we're going to bend the knees, hug them in, and take a break before we go into full teaser. So options, instead of doing the teaser, go back to that roll up that we did a minute ago. Go back to what we just did, either lower just the legs or lower just the torso, or for full teaser, you straighten your legs out. Your arms probably need to stay down by your sides. If you can put them over your head, that's fantastic. Inhale. Exhale. Lift up in your V. Inhale, stay. And exhale down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift. Inhale, hold. Exhale down. And keep going. Whatever version you want to do, you have 5 more. One more, and then meet me at the top if you can. If not, just your most challenging position. And then bend those knees. Relax. Roll back. Drape that over your shins for just a second. Hug your knees in. Draw them in a circle in one direction. And then the other. And then we're going to lasso the right foot. And of course, you can put it across the arch. You can double it up for extra safety. Or if you want to, you can actually put your foot in parallel with the band. So that as we do this first foot mobility exercise, you get a little extra stretch here. If you're going to do it, really tighten up on that band. Right arm is holding on. And you're going to press the ball of the foot towards the sky and bend all 5 toes of that leg. Point, point, point. And then flex the toes back, ball the foot back, and then push the heel to the sky and maybe give it a tug. And then the ball of the foot pushes and the toes. And then one more time, toes back, ball of the foot back, heel up, give it a tug. Bring that right elbow onto the ground and feel that nice stretch through the inner thigh. If you want more hamstring, you bring that leg closer to your forehead. Left leg is off to the side and breathe. Bring that leg back through center, using that left hand. And then we're going to use both hands to bend the knee, bring it really close to you, and then press through that heel. That should be a really deep stretch because I'm still holding the bands in the same place I was. So I'm going to feel that all the way down through my calf and my hamstring. Then bring both bands into your left hand and loosen up that grip, stretch out that left leg, turn the right foot in. Once more, give that point flex. And then right arm to the side, bring that leg slightly across, feel that big stretch through the whole outside of that body. And then lastly, you can either let that left elbow rest on the ground and the leg hang in space for a really deep stretch, or if you want to bend the knee and go into a twist, either one is fine. And then as you come back through center, bend the right knee and just take that foot or that band off. Crisscross applesauce, not really, just figure 4. Put the left foot on the ground, push the right leg away, use the left hand on the bottom of that left foot. We're going to grab fingers between toes. We're going to roll them in one direction and then the other. And then we're going to take that fist up and down the arch. Take your hands at the bottom of the heel and shake, shake, shake. So thumb on one side, all 4 fingers on the other. And then push the toes back and then push the toes against the hands. And then hand on top of the toes, push them down and then resist and push them back up. And then finally crisscross all the way. We're going to hug those knees in. Big, big stretch. Bring them over to the left shoulder. Right arm to the side, and then finally let those knees drop to the left. Bigger twist, bigger stretch. And then straighten the left leg. Right leg comes back through center. Oh my goodness. I have 2 different bodies. My right side is flatter and longer. So let's even up. Bend both knees. Put that band, if it's okay with you, across the bottom of the foot or however you want to do it. And then choke up on it quite a bit. And then this is where we flex through the ball of the foot and we point the toes. And then we'll pull those toes back, ball of the foot presses up, press that heel, choke up maybe a little bit more. Good. And then ball the foot up, toes up. And then toes back, ball the foot back, heel up. One more deep stretch, ball the foot, toes, reach, 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 and then pull them back. Nice. And then we'll use that left elbow. We'll keep that stretch. Drop that left elbow onto the ground. And then reach over with the right hand. And we're going to have one hand on each part of the band. And we're going to bring that knee in nice and close. And really got a deep stretch. And then I straighten that leg without moving my hands. And lots of love going on here. And then we'll stretch that right leg out. We'll slide the band down a little bit down our right hand. Turn the toe in and the heel out. Bring it slightly over to the right. And then again, option to let the elbow rest on the ground and the leg hang in space, or bend the knee and full twist. As you come back through center, left ankle, no band, across the right leg, bend the knee for thread the needle, press that left knee open and take your right hand. Try and put one finger between each toe, mobilize through that foot, both directions. And then maybe arch, a little kneading of the arch. And then we shake that heel using the thumb and the other fingers. And then we're going to push down against the toes and lift up. And then we'll bring it the other way and push the toes against the hand and then pull it back. And then crisscross all the way, grab that right shin, bring the legs up, rock them side to side and let them come slightly to the right. Big, 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 deep stretch. Arms into a T, knees drop right. Make your way back through center, big deep breath overhead. As you're ready, come on up, either make a roll up or however you like to get there for our cat-cow. Let's do a stagger today. So left hand forward, right knee forward, and then undulate forward and back, cow-cat. And then boxy shape. And then right hand forward, left knee forward, cow forward, cat back. Beautiful. Boxy shape, tuck the toes, high plank, hinge back, walk it back for a down dog. And then, as always, feel free to pedal out those feet. Wide stance, hands on your thighs, exhale cat, inhale cow, big deep breath in, nutmeg, and I thank you. All righty, and let's see what benign trivia we can do now.
The name of the Kristen Hanna book is The Four Winds.
Oh, thank you. Yes, exactly.